We're carrying a ship. A ship. We're the saver of ship. We save it, bring it back to a crying kid, and then it's the wrong ship. A 300-hour game? So I give it one rule. 20 minutes, that's all it gets to prove it's worth continuing. If it doesn't, I'm done. And then this. We start with the Greymanes clan, our people, and something already went wrong. They were betrayed. By who? We don't know. And before we can even understand that, our camp gets attacked. Chaos. But we hold. We fight back. We help everyone. One by one, we send them off. They're gone. We're still here. Still fighting. We're stronger. Feels like a witcher. Oh, but then we die. That was the quickest 300-hour playthrough I ever seen. I thought we were winning. Does that mean we lost for good? But I saved my friends. Am I going to see them? We wake up somewhere else. Some kind of Valhalla. Not dead, not alive. Hi, I'm Ivan01. And this is what it feels like. It's like a training ground. Run, jump again, fall, try again. And while you're doing that, the game just keeps going. The closed doors. A puzzle. Swords can project light. I thought shrouds have no pockets. That was simple. A lantern, and you just move through it. Look at the lights. Look at the effects. It's not just a tutorial. It's more like small pieces. Little things that game gives you one by one. Not to explain everything, just to show the potential. What the rest of the game builds on later. And before you even process that, we're back. Like nothing happened. Valhalla is gone for good. Maybe we can find our friends then. It would be handy to have an army. A stranger takes us in, leads us home, he's home. Now we know who we are. He is Cliff. We are from Greymanes clan. Apparently, trouble just finds him. We help our friend. Cliff had the same thoughts. He wants to find his people. It means they're alive. I saved them. So where are they? If you want to see where this leads, subscribe. We head to the city. Maybe they are there. And the world opens up. Not just big, beautiful. That bridge, that view. You can't help but notice it. And then you keep moving towards the city. There are all sorts of people here. Goblins, giants, orcs, or whatever they are. And the game never explains who they are. You either believe in this world or you don't. And if you don't, nothing will make you. The city is full of quests. I try to stay focused. Main quest, find my people. So I keep moving. We talk with people. We get small quests, arm wrestling, but no new information about my clan. Then a beggar. We help him and he gives us a key. For what? No idea. The sewers. There is a lady in danger. A classic damsel in distress. Now we learn how to jump with precision. We help her. Except she's not in danger. Something else entirely. She is something magical. And she disappears. Just as suddenly. And again, no explanation. But I get it. The game keeps reminding you. The physical and the magical. This isn't two worlds. It's one. Meanwhile, I'm on the tower. Am I even moving towards the goal? Are we even looking for our friends? Because this doesn't look like it. We help a little girl. Oh, she is magical too. We follow the path she gave us. Help people around the village. What? We're cleaning a chimney? Too serious for something like that? That's the point. You're not in charge. The game is. And life here, it can be a little ridiculous. Meanwhile, we get a key. Another key. At first, it feels like just another quest. But this one leads to the castle, to a gateway to another world, and apparently a bigger puzzle. That's where we get something new. Axiom Force. It's a gauntlet, basically a magic multi-tool, like a sonic screwdriver. So we use it. Move things, rotate things, connect things. The puzzle is done. What's inside? Our friend, the beggar. Only now, he's not a beggar. He is a librarian. Each book is its own realm. He watches over the realms, and ours is only one of them. There are other realities, and all of them will fall. But the worst part? Ours is the one that started all of this. So yes, that's how it connects. The city, the key, the beggar, the magic, the puzzles. It wasn't random, it was the path. The librarian wants us to save our realm, because if ours falls, everything else goes with it. We thought we were trying to find our friends, but he pulled us into this. We move on. Remember when I said this is a world of puzzles? Yeah, one more, a bigger one. I adore it. The game doesn't hold your hand. You're an adult. If you get lost, that's on you. But it's fair. It's hard, but manageable. You don't get it at first. You can wander for 30 minutes and then it clicks. And there is no better feeling than that. You could Google it. But if you're a bit patient, you will figure out eventually. The game respects you, but it expects something back. Trust. To trust the design. We connect the bridge, we meet her, the woman in white. She protects this world and she gives us wings. And suddenly you see it. That other world. It's not something else. It's right there in the clouds. Connected, not separate. We jump down, the wings, they glide. But I got lost. I do understand that we won't do a rematch with the one who killed me, but I want to find my friends. Instead, we get a vial. It came from nowhere. The game doesn't explain, but a small light from the bottle points to the tower. That's when we start clearing towers. At last, something we can capture, and that's where we get the helmet. You can't miss it. You can think whatever you want, but there are bits of humor scattered around the game. That's the setting. But here's the interesting part. It's not just gear, it's a new mechanic. You see what happened before, traces, memories. You become a detective. But the game doesn't force the helmet on you. It's actually worse than your current gear. So if you use it, it's your choice, not the game's. And that's important. That joke doesn't ruin the game. And while you're getting used to that, the game gives you something else. You can move things now, lift them. Another layer, another system, and it just keeps building. At some point, it starts to feel like Hogwarts, but without the school with swords. But still, where are my people? Where is the clan? They have to be alive. I saved them. We need to find them. So we ask around the most armed man in the city. And of course, he wants to fight. Why? Because we are Greymanes. We are something special, rare. No fight, no answers. So we fight. A few kicks later, we win. And finally, something useful. He saw people like us in a village. So we go there, we help, we clear it, we get more quests. Why? Because that's how you move forward. Not directly. You help people, they tell you things. That's the system. And that's when the strange quests begin. That's where the helmet starts to matter. A man lent his cows, but no one returned them. Turns out they're dead. But why? Not by accident. Something else. Something magical. Poisonous spots. So we look around, we use the helmet, traces, memories, but they're already gone. A lead. But then the game shifts again. A boy lost his sheep. Simple. Find it, bring it back. Hero moment. We fight the camp, we get the goat. The boy should be happy, right? Except it's not his sheep. So we just beat some random people, stole their ship, and called ourselves a hero. The game adds the right dose of humor. But the quest is done, because the boy says another Greymane will help him. What? At last! That's what we need, a Greymane. Finally, someone from the clan. So we go, and of course, it's not that simple. It's a drunk guy, but he mentions a cave. The cave must have the real ship. That's why we follow. The whole way there, it feels like a joke. We know that he is not a Greymane. We ask him, did you ever see a Greymane? Nope. That's it. He doesn't even recognize the real one in front of him. Another dead end. He doesn't know where our friends are. But still, we go. Another fight. We are in the cave. But there was something I didn't know about it. Food heals you during fights, but it takes a really long time to get it. This place was heaven, full of food, and I barely collected it. Didn't think much of it at the time. Only later I realized I should have. But there was one more thing. Again, the experiments with poisoned pots. With the helmet, I see it. Something happened here, and it leads to the goblins. That's who's behind all this. The tower, the cows, the sheep, everything connected. At first, it feels simple. Find the goblins, deal with them. It turns out they're being oppressed. There is a dictator. The leader of the rebellion asks for help, says a nobleman will help us in return. So we step in, the fight. The dictator falls. A new leader. He promises prosperity. But our goal is to collect what was promised, the nobleman's help. But as we are about to leave, one of the goblins stops us. He saw a Greymane in the city. We find one, at last a real Greymane, one of ours, and that's when it clicks. He asks, is that a fresh start? And it is, not just finding them, regrouping, starting again. Meanwhile, the nobleman already knows what we did for the goblins. He backs us, gives us land for the camp. Not a new lead, but something real. And that's how we get there. But that's just the beginning. We've got the group, we've got the camp. But whether we can build something bigger than just a camp, that's still a question. And this is what fits in these 15 minutes. Mechanics, puzzles, story, magic, combat, even the camp. And I'm still trying to process all of this. That's why next time we'll try to understand what exactly is happening to our world. Because right now we only know one thing. It's in danger. But why and from what? I still don't fully get. All these mechanics coming at you from every direction. But which ones actually hooked you? Or was it too much at once? Let me know in the comments. What was that? An explosion? We need to get there. But for now, see you later.